Ni howdy y'all. Today we are making a Taiwanese style Popeyes fried chicken sandwich. So if you had this, you know how good it is. If you haven't had it, you need to change that ASAP. This popped off last year and we still fuck with it because it is so damn good. Fried chicken is beloved in Taiwanese cuisine. You can find it in many night markets where it's basically flattened out to a giant disc bigger than your head, battered in this super crunchy, crispy coating, and then tossed with a bunch of different spices and honey. So we wanted to bring some of these elements into our Taiwanese-inspired Popeyes chicken sandwich. So you're gonna wanna use chicken thighs because these are way juicier than breast and they just taste way better. And you wanna cut them into bun-sized pieces, about 2 to 3 inches thick. So to actually marinate our chicken, we're gonna start with some SHAOXING wine, 2 tablespoons, 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. You can use regular cane sugar, some ginger powder, 5 spice, and white pepper. A tablespoon of soy sauce. And our aromatics, of course, ginger, 3 slices minced. And garlic. You could do 4 to 5 cloves or a whole head, depending on how much you love garlic. We go through garlic the fastest in our house. Like we go through at least like 2 to 3 sleeves a week. That and eggs. And then you're gonna wanna rub everything in so everything gets mixed in well and you can have a well-marinated chicken. So we're gonna let the chicken marinate for 15 to 20 minutes. While that's waiting, we can get our batter ready. I'm gonna use some potato starch. Some Taiwanese recipes use sweet potato starch. They're very similar. I'm going with potato starch. My bag is broken, so it keeps falling onto the plate. But you can find this at an Asian grocery store. See, look, you can just squeeze it out from here. You're gonna wanna use about a cup. So you're gonna wanna use about a 1/4 cup of cornstarch and add it to your batter here, just to make your chicken extra crispy. And then I like to use another 1/4 cup of tempura batter mix, again, just to make sure that your chicken is extra crunchy and crispy. And then I like to add some spices into the batter just so you have an extra flavorful chicken. So I'm gonna add some white pepper, ginger powder, and 5 spice. And then you're just gonna wanna mix in the batter so that everything's kind of mixed in evenly as you dip the chicken in. You're then gonna wanna take 1 egg and put it on a separate plate. You're just gonna wanna whisk the egg. So once your chicken has finished marinating, you're gonna wanna take it out and coat it in the egg. And then coat it in the batter. So once your chicken is coated, you're gonna get your herbs ready for the sandwich. I love fried sage. It's one of my favorite flavors and textures. It's not really in Taiwanese cooking, but I wanted to add it into this sandwich. So you're gonna coat the bottom of your pan in a neutral oil. We're rolling with canola. And then once it's hot, you can start to add in your sage. And then you're gonna wanna add in your basil to lightly fry as well. This is gonna flavor the oil too, which is gonna be really delicious. But you could do this in batches, or you can wait until your sage is done. Now that our herbs are crisp and done frying, we're gonna actually start with the chicken. So you're gonna add a little bit more oil into your pan, enough that you could fry one side of your chicken. So if you want your chicken to be extra crispy, you can coat it in the batter one more time before you drop it in to fry. So you can see that coating is nice and crispy and it gets in all the crevices of the chicken. And the cooking time will vary on your chickens depending on how big they are. but I would try and cook them for at least 4 to 5 minutes so it's cooked through all the way. So Taiwanese fried chicken, the fried coloring is a lot lighter than what you might see in American cooking, and this is because of the potato starch or sweet potato starch, depending on what you use. But you can see how much it bubbles up, and it really is super puffy and crunchy. So now that our chicken is finished frying and is resting, we're gonna let that cool for a little bit. Then we're gonna steam our guabao, which is just these like steamed buns. I'm just gonna use my rice cooker to steam it because it's super easy and I love my sojurishi. But you just need to steam it for like 10 minutes. And our final step for getting things ready is making the aioli. So basically just mixing two things that I love together. KEWPIE, Japanese mayo, and DOUBANJIANG, which is like a chili bean sauce. You can use this in noodles, dumplings. It really goes well with everything. It's got a very nice umami spicy kick. Just about half a tablespoon. And then a tablespoon of KEWPIE. And you can really mix the proportions around to your liking or your spice level. And mix that together. And if you want to know how to make the honey, we left instructions in the description below. It's super simple. Just need to cook the honey with some sage and then let it cool in the fridge. To flavor our chicken, I'm going to put in this bowl and then just toss it with some spices. We've got some ginger powder, 5-spice, white pepper, and ICHIMI togarashi, and then toss it with your fried herbs as well. Just get everything really evenly mixed and coated. So just adding a little bit of 5-spice here. Some ginger powder, some white pepper powder, some ICHIMI togarashi for spice, and then add in a little bit of your basil and some sage. Once you've opened your guabao, you're gonna add in a piece of chicken, basil, and then add in some doubanjiang aioli. A little bit of sage honey syrup. So both are really good, equally delicious in different ways. Popeyes, you got the crunchy, thick coating on the chicken and the pickles for a nice crunch. On the TFC side, you got this soft, fluffy mantou bun and juicy chicken, but the coating is a lot lighter. But it does have a nice crunch to it because of that potato starch and the mix of sage honey and the doubanjiang, so it's a mix of spicy and sweet. Popeyes definitely still has the spicy side, but you have a little bit more of a mix on the TFC bao. If you guys haven't had the Popeye chicken sandwich, definitely give it a try. It is super delicious. Let us know if you do the TFC bao in the comments what you think. So if you like this video, make sure to follow, like, and subscribe for more content like this. If there's something else that you think we should do our own spin on, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear. Until next time. Just until it... Whoa!